The more hits we play, the more hits we get. URLradio.net. Stacey Stern.
Michael Cashy.
Okay. Saw this funny story on the internet. So I figured I'd pull it off because I figured you'd want to talk about it at all. This out of the Associated Press. This was a couple days ago. This actually came out of Berlin. A U.S. Army airborne exercise in Germany is attracting more than 1 million viewers on social media after a video surfaced showing a Humvee breaking free of its rigging and plummeting to the ground, followed by another and then another. By Friday afternoon, the video posted on the Facebook group U.S. Army WTF! Exclamation point. Moments had 1.5 million views. There's actually a Facebook page called U.S. Army WTF! Exclamation point moments. The scene starts serenely as equipment is dropped by parachute April 11th from planes, with the 173rd Airborne Brigade flying across blue skies until the first Humvee breaks free and drops and somebody yells out, "Oh yes!" It's followed by a second and then a third, and increasing laughter on the video. They're laughing about it. The Army says nobody was injured, and it's investigating what went wrong and who shot the video.
Most likely it's probably a medic.
You think so?
If they did it the same way we did, they dropped equipment first and then personnel. Mm-hmm. You don't want to have people on that drop zone solely for that.
Yeah.
And medics and like people on like different details will be on the outside of the drop zone. So I actually worked one of those weekends. Yeah. Lost an entire weekend.
Yeah.
A 4-day weekend. Too. Had to go to frickin' Ramstein to rig these things. Rigged Humvees. We rigged guns. I don't know how the hell that even ever happens, and it happens. Never 3. Usually they'll have like 1 burnout or 1 burn-in. And they shut the entire drop zone down when that happens until they find everything.
So how the hell did 3 get loose?
I don't know. They didn't have something secured right. Like when they go and they inspect everything, they'll have like 2 or 3 people inspect.
Yeah.
And every single tie down has to be tied properly. Every single knot has to be tied properly. Mm-hmm. I don't know how the hell that happens.
So when they drop these Humvees out of a plane normally, do they do they parachute them? Like,
yeah, there's a parachute.
Who pulls this?
It's static line. So everything is already hooked up.
Gotcha.
But it's a lot faster of a fall than a free fall.
Okay. Well, yeah.
With the chute deployed.
Yeah.
I should say. That those parachutes are made to fall quickly.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And these... So I haven't seen the video. Did they just fall out of the plane?
No, they slipped off of the parachute was open.
Okay.
They slipped off of the parachute.
So it's not like they just came crashing to the ground.
No, but they just came crashing to the ground. They slipped off. I think it looked like it was about 300 or 400 feet up. Okay. And just,
ooh.
They were like fell off their platform. Mm-hmm. You just see a big crater and just stuff fly everywhere.
Yeah. People were like, why? What the hell's going on? Things are falling from the sky. Mm-hmm. It's raining Humvees. Oh, my God.
And they kept going. They went for another... The first one happened on the first plane. Then another plane came behind. And I'm not sure if that one had both that... The last 2 that didn't... that freaking... Good Lord, what's the word? Malfunctioned?
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Too funny.
Or if a third plane, if there's one on each plane.
So what were you guys... What do you jump out for?
Yes.
Well, I mean to land on the ground. But do you... In Germany...
It's training.
Okay.
The last time they used actual airborne in combat...
So they were just practice... Yeah.
...was Vietnam.
Okay.
They talk about Iraq, but they jumped into a secure drop zone. Mm-hmm. Rangers and Special Forces, and some people actually from the 173rd had went in there and secured it the week before. So they weren't jumping into combat or anything.
Right.
They were, you look at the manifest, it was like major, lieutenant colonel, major, second lieutenant,
gotcha.
sergeant major.
So then when you went into Afghanistan, it was sole ground, all ground.
We flew into an Air Force base.
And then hit the ground.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not even hit the ground. We got out of the plane.
Walked, yeah. Then he walked.
First deployment, look outside. I'm like, nope, screw this. Turned around, walked back in. Like, get out. Like, this place looks like a shithole. Thought I was going to the mountains.
Oh, well. So there you go. So if you get a chance, you can check out the video on U.S. Army WTF !moments. Do you like that Facebook page?
I see a lot of stuff that comes from it, but I've never subscribed to it.
You should like it. You might be in some of the videos.
Good Lord. Ironically, that
you could be in some of the videos, Cashy.
That small little unit's got, I don't know, what, two Living Medal of Honor recipients.
Wow.
And now this. When you messaged me saying that we made national news, I thought that they were... The last time they'd really talked about 173rd outside of the awards they won was Donald Rumsfeld was doing an interview, and they were talking about Libya, how to stabilize Libya. He said, well, you send in special forces, then you send in the 173rd Airborne. I'm like, oh my God, really? Like, are we that badass? Clearly we are.
See, I see you. I see jackass. I don't see badass.
Yeah, that makes me more badass.
The fact you can fly under the radar like that?
I did not fly under the radar. I just never got in trouble for anything.
You never got caught.
That's a big thing. Or I would always leave before stuff happened, but standards and stuff like that, you're supposed to get haircuts? Please, bitch. Like what? You're supposed to get a haircut every week. I got one every other month.
Wow.
They're anal about that shit, though.
Really?
Somehow I was able to frickin' blow through it.
That's kind of the story of your life.
And I'm probably the only person who every time we would do like any patrols or anything, I would pick up dandelions and stick them in my vest and my helmet.
Why? That's very like 60s, 70s.
During the last training before I don't know, it was after my first deployment, we were doing some training, and I picked up, a dandelion that the white parts.
The seeds.
My first sergeant was there. Start prancing up to him, skip up to him, stop, bend over, blow the dandelion at him, and just like skip away. Mike was there. You met Mike. He was there. He's like, "Oh my God. Like, how the hell do you get away with that?"
You and Mike are very different, but very much the same.
We're very similar.
Yeah. He just wouldn't do some of the stupid shit you do.
He does do the stupid shit that I do. He's just got a girlfriend that keeps him under control, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. I guess. Okay. So coming up, we're going to talk about 5 of your favorite things that are racist. It's not good. These are horrible things. I don't even want to read this. I feel bad. Like, I don't even want to read this list.
I do.
I don't want to read the descriptions. I feel bad. So we have that coming up. And if there's a song you want to hear, email me, Stacy, at urlradio.net. That's STACY at urlradio.net.